Hi, Troy. Nice
Hey
to see you.
Bart, thanks for having me back.
Yeah, great to have you back. You've had some of the folks in your department fill our viewers in on some of the construction projects over the past few weeks. One of the underlying projects I think is on a lot of people's minds, the lead line replacement.
Yeah, it's kind of an undercurrent in all the projects we do. I know Jeff comes every month and tells you about each individual job and what's going on, but you know, we've had a program going on for a long time now to replace lead services. I think we're all aware at this point that we're required to replace the all lead service pipes and get them out of our system. When we started, we figured we had about 11,000 of them. To date, we've probably taken out about 1,000, probably between 800 and 1,000, but we still got a lot to go. And we're spending big money and we're doing big projects to make this happen.
So when you say 11,000 service lines, that is from the road to the house?
Correct. This is the pipe. So to get water to your house, we have water mains that go up and down each street. And then there's a smaller pipe that goes from the pipe under the road into the house. We need to replace that pipe, those pipes that have lead pipe on them that go from the road into the house. Those are what need to be replaced. In the past, you know, the city has always maintained the part that goes from the main under the street over to the sidewalk area, and then the lead service on the other side. That would have been the property owner's responsibility, but that's no longer true. The rules have changed, and we've replaced it right into the house because, in the end, getting half of it out doesn't really do us any good. We got to get all the lead pipe out.
Yeah, and then there probably would be homeowners that say, no, I'm good.
Right. Yeah, well, we still have that even though we're doing it, but when we do these lead service line replacements, it's at no cost to the property owner. I mean, obviously, someone's paying for it. You know, a part of it's being paid for with people's water bills. We've gotten some grant money and some loan money to do it, and so people aren't being billed for this work specifically. You know, like they're not going to get a bill to get their lead service replaced. We just need to get the lead out of there.
And some of these replacements will be overly complicated. People might have concrete or gardens or lighting.
Well, we've kind of gotten to the point now, we've done enough of them where there's not really, I mean, obviously there's always going to be situations we didn't see coming, but we've dealt with most situations. And we, you know, we're to the point now where like there's no excuses. No matter how hard it is to get this done, it's got to be done. And we can do hard things. We do a lot of easy ones, but when we get a hard one, it's going to get done also. And when sometimes, like you said, what makes some of them hard, maybe they run up under a driveway, maybe someone's got a finished area in their basement, maybe the walls of their basement aren't in very good shape. We've dealt with all these situations, and usually when you find a hard one, it just means it takes a little bit more effort and a little bit more care, but we get it done.
Now, Michigan Avenue, here on GTV, we've heard from contractors that our building is due for that. So, what are you going to have to dig up the roads where?
Well, there's a lot. The thing is too, and we got thousands of these to do. A lot of them are the same, but there's so many different situations. The city started really replacing a lot of water mains back in the 90s, and up until about 2017, we would replace those services over to the sidewalk area. So for those ones, we don't have to dig up the road again. So probably the good thing is where we've done most of our road construction, we've already done the lead services under the road. We just need to finish it from the sidewalk area into the house. For the rest of the city, that especially on our local streets where there hasn't been road construction or previous construction, we are having to dig up the road and go from the road into the basement of each home.
In that case, you're just making a patch.
Yeah, it'll just have to be patched.
You brought a couple of maps.
Yeah, I think we brought a couple of maps. Before we put those up, though, we'll put it up right now. This one is a specific area that we're concentrating on right now. It's an area bound by Prospect in the south, Michigan Ave in the north, and then over to West Ave in the west. And I think that's MLK on the east. And basically, this area alone, we've got a contract out right now to spend about $8 million to replace lead services within that area. We are working in other parts of the city. It's basically a three-prong approach. We're using that, like I said, that area we're using it's called the DWSRF, Drinking Water State Revolving Fund money to do it. It's a loan, low interest loan partial forgiveness, so we're able to spend $8 million there. We're also, whenever we do any road construction or water main replacement, that's an opportunity for us to get more lead services done. And then the third way we're doing it is we got city staff that's out there replacing lead services. So we're going after it in 3 different ways and trying to pick off, we got 3 different opportunities to get lead services out of there.
And I think the mandate from the state was that municipalities had until, I think, 2035. Maybe?
I'd hate to say it. I'd hate to say and get it wrong and have someone
But
send you an email. But it's coming fast.
Yeah.
And when you got as many as we do, we need to get ahead of the curve, and really, we need to make up some too. Like I said, we've gotten about 10% done, but we really
It's a lot to do.
we need to do more.
Yeah,
That's what we're doing right now. We're accelerating the program.
In 2035, that sounded far off when we first were informed as a community that this was going to happen.
I don't think we have that long.
No,
No. There was a period where that was understood to be how long we had, but I know that's since been shortened to meet other requirements. So
right.
We really need to do what we're doing, which means accelerate and get more done.
Better sooner than later.
Right.
We've got water mains. We've got.
Yeah, this was another map. Like I showed you the previous map that concentrated kind of in the south center part of town, doing lead services alone. This map, it shows that we're doing different water main replacements throughout the city, and the purpose of this map is to kind of show you a distribution of where we're doing this work, and it kind of represents like every part of town.
Mm-hmm.
Is getting work done in every part of town. We're working on lead service replacements in every part of town. So that's the point of this map. I think it's labeled A through K. We could count up how many that is, but that just represents we're going to get a couple hundred lead services done with this program also. So
yeah, so I've noticed these little areas you're driving around. There's this little tiny construction project that's a block long. That's what's happening.
And those are concentrated mostly on our undersized water mains. When we say undersized, they're 4-inch water main. In general, what's the standard size now would be 8-inch. A lot of the city is 6-inch. But where we have those 4-inch water mains that are left over from like 1917 through the mid 1920s, they're undersized, they're corroded, and they don't provide very good water service to residents, and they certainly don't help with fire protection. And it's been a few years since it's happened, but remember those years when we had the really cold winters?
Mm-hmm.
They're the first ones to freeze. So,
you
between poor water service, freezing water mains, and the lead pipes, that's why they get prioritized, and that's why they're getting replaced.
What are the materials that are being used for the lead service line replacements and also the water mains?
Well, for the water mains, it's usually ductile iron pipe, or it's PVC pipe with ductile iron fittings, and that will last hundreds and hundreds of years. And then for the lead service line replacements, most of them are being done with copper and brass fittings. There is some PVC being done. I think our in-house guys are using some PVC, and that's a really nice material, especially for like longer services or the ones that are difficult. The problem with the copper is it comes in certain lengths, and it also will stretch. So when you're pulling it through and you're boring it through, you're limited on how long you can go. So that's when you'll see those alternative materials being used.
And those areas with the water main, people, their showers, they'll love their shower all of a sudden?
Well, for the most part, our city, we got replacing the service shouldn't really impact your water pressure so much, because really that's often determined by what the pressure is out in the main and the street. So it shouldn't really impact your water pressure, but then you're eliminating the potential for potential lead getting in your water. We don't have a lead problem. We don't have a problem with lead getting in our water in Jackson, but by replacing the lead pipe, we're eliminating that possibility.
Gotcha.
Does that sound good?
I love it. Thanks, Troy.
Yeah. Anything else?
I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get the roads update, and I mean, there's just so much going on, but we'll get that on our next installment of our city engineer report. And he is the city engineer, Troy White. We've got